As a business associate or an acquaintance, Doug Maag has continually made a strong first impression. I don't know if you heard that in the back. A strong first impression. It's no secret that Doug has a few irons in the fire, which is surprising. When we common folk bump into him, he acts like we're the most important people in the world, and that is a gift. It also explains his success as a businessman and a community organizer. When we read about life and old age, it is striking when we remember what truly is important in our lives. We toil in our work, we go to bed late, we get up early. Our internal struggle to produce is built into our Eastern Oregon soul. That is why when I think of success in Doug Maag, it isn't as much about business and community, it's more about friends and family. A friend and his family tell the best. Dennis Butis says in the fall of 1972 or 73, Doug and I went deer hunting. I thought we were hunting four-legged ones, but Doug had a different idea. We ended up in the Grand, and I got to meet his future wife, Terry. That's the longest deer hunting trip I have ever been on. And we've had a lot of great memories over the years, and many more to come. Doug's brother, Brian, he uses these two adjectives: integrity, of which you're going to hear a lot, hardworking, and he also mentions he is a great brother. Here it is. Doug has a sister named Regina. So I called everybody and called the girls and said, hey, can you call me back? I want to hear some stories. Well, I want you all to know that Regina, she broke the world record in her age category for a number of words texted. I'm not kidding. Watch my thumb. Ready, go. Finally. Nice going, Regina. I said, great stuff. Thank you, Regina. I'll make time to include one of your delightful stories. So I told her I'd share one, so I better. Just a good one. Ronnie and Doug were always busy trapping gophers and irrigating when they were little. When they were deemed old enough, not legally, but by my dad, they had Yamaha motorcycles to aid in their gopher and general riding around. At one point, Dad was farming some land at Tejon Place, I believe, which required a critical diagonal crossing of the highway to get to those fields and the gophers. One day, as the two of them crossed the highway, Ronnie's hat flew off, landing on the highway. When the two of them turned around to retrieve it, the state policeman, having witnessed the whole thing, had picked it up and offered it back to him. Noticing their maturity, he quizzed them on their ages. Ronnie said, 14, going on 16. Then, of course, Doug says, I'm just a bit younger. He was 11. Well, that resulted in a ticket for each, and of course, a visit to the Honorable Justice of the Peace, Mary Graham. My mom was having no part of this. She told Dad he would be the parent accompanying them to this visit. Anyone who had the privilege of a visit with Mary was always transformed into a better individual upon enduring her lecture and resolved to be an upstanding citizen henceforth. Doug, you're a good guy because of your older sister. And Mary Graham. So, Doug and Terry have two kids, their oldest, Corey, says this: growing up as a child of Doug and Terry Maag, I don't think one can exclude either parent at 47 years of marriage. From as far back as I can remember, I wanted to come back and farm with my dad. His traits of hard work, integrity, humility, and faith have evolved me into the person I am today. I have been blessed with the best role model and teacher any person could ever ask for. Kimmy chose these words: I tried to construct my text to you many times, but a few words or a short text just can't encompass how proud and thankful we are for our dad, both of our parents. From our childhood through adulthood, she says, Dad has been such a good example of generosity, hard work, a man of faith, integrity. I was going to poll all the grandkids out there and ask them, hey, what's Grandpa known for? Terry was nice enough to send me a text, and all the kids threw a word out there. So, since this whole thing is about raising money for kids, if you Maag kids would stand up when I call your names so everybody knows who you are, I'd appreciate it. So Isabella says, and I'll say it for you, and stay standing, please. Generous. Sutton says, works hard. Kennedy says, funny. Brooklyn says, jokester. Avery, why don't you come on up here? You four can sit down. This can get entertaining. Now, Avery, why don't you, let's find a spot for you. Let's go over here. Why don't you stand up on that chair? Now, how old are you, Avery? How old? 8. Okay, now you're going to tell us what you think of your grandpa, but remember this is PG and remember who your audience is, okay? So do you want to hold the microphone? What do you think about him?
I think he's helpful.
Do you wish he would help you right now?
Yes.
That was fantastic. Thank you, Avery. It's always the youngest. I got home late last Tuesday night, and I noticed I had a message from Terry Maag. She concludes this description of her husband much better than I. So I transcribed the voicemail, and this is what it said. This is just a side bit from today, October 19th. It's Isabella's birthday. My husband is going to be late for the birthday dinner because of his big heart. And I'm not mad. Or I'm not upset, excuse me. She says, I think this is awesome. A couple of gals ran out of gas out by our place, and he's going to go get them some gas so they can get home. Thank you, Terry. I can't think of a better way to describe your husband. So, Mr. Wolf, if you could do the honors, and if you grandchildren would escort your grandpa up here and stay up here, we can talk as long as possible, we'd sure appreciate it. Doug Maag.
I better get the script out. This is going to be kind of tough. I do have some great grandkids. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here, and I want to thank the Alumni Committee and its members for the $95,000 plus scholarships that they provided to the students over the last 9 years. This has been a great endeavor. These young people that we're helping to get to college, they're our leaders of tomorrow. And without all of you in the audience and the support, none of this would be possible. So this has just turned out to be a great event. I would also like to thank the Gert DeLong family for nominating me for this award. I am humbled to be recognized at this event, and there's more to this than just me. I'd like to congratulate all the other recipients in the past, and Dottie and the championship football team for everything, their success. They're very deserving. I've been very blessed to be part of this community we live in. Each and every one of us are put on this earth to fulfill a purpose. The journey of being a farmer and producing safe and healthy food for America has been very rewarding for me and my family. I have had the opportunity to develop lifelong relationships in the livestock industry as well as the produce industry. Y1 Farms, which is the farming and feedlot, along with Jameson Produce, has become successful businesses with the help of dedicated and talented employees. Several of these employees are considered family and have been with us for 20 to 30 years. And there's quite a group of them sitting right over here and a couple of tables. Probably most importantly, I want to recognize my wife of 47 years, Terry, for being a bookkeeper and a vital understanding partner in this operation. Just to say a few things, you know, some people think I overmarried, and I'm probably right. But no, she has been a very good partner, and I thank you a lot. Terry and I have been fortunate to have our family, Corey and Kenny, Mandy, and all these great grandkids that you've heard involved in our operations. These are the best rock picker-uppers anyway, right? It gets a little old, but they were good rock pickers when they needed to do it. In closing, I want to acknowledge my parents, Warren and Mary Kay Maag, who left a legacy for my brothers, sisters, and I to grow in generations to come. Thank you.